Today's arrangement is showing you how you can arrange some supermarket flowers to create a really stunning floral design. It's not a colour combination that I normally use, so don't miss this one because you're really going to enjoy. So welcome back to today's video. I'm going to be making, I was going to say a simple floral design, but I've got this beautiful selection of flowers that has come from a local supermarket. It's not my usual choice of colour. Generally, I'm not drawn to oranges and yellows, but I thought it was a really exciting bunch and I absolutely loved these little chrysanthemums that almost look like a fried egg. So if you're part of the membership program, you will have seen me talk through the different flowers I've got and attach my floral foam. And for today's video, I'm going to be creating a fairly simple arrangement using hopefully all of the flowers in the bunch and a little bit of extra greenery that I've collected from the garden. Now my container today is approximately 6 inches in height and I've added some fresh floral foam. If you want to use wire netting, you can, but you will find that you won't get such control over this arrangement. There are some designs that I think work better with foam, but I totally understand if you're not using a single-use plastic, that's your preference. So traditional proportions generally tell us that we go twice the height of our container. So if you can imagine 2 of these on top, our arrangement comes to about here. But because my eucalyptus is fairly long, I'm going to go slightly taller, and that's okay. Don't let people tell you that you have to measure with a ruler or you have to gauge exactly double the height. As long as the finished design is in proportion with your base, your design is going to work really well. One thing to avoid is not to go too short because then your container becomes more dominant than the flowers. So what I'm going to do with 2 pieces of the eucalyptus that were already in the bunch is create a little bit of height. And you'll notice that I've gone off center. This would be the middle of my floral foam and I've started off to one side. There was a natural curve in my eucalyptus and it really suits being on the outside rather than placed directly in the center of my foam. I'm going to keep this one for a little bit later, but what I'm now going to do at the bottom here is add in 3 pieces of garden greenery. This one is called Fatshedera and it's a cross between the Fatsia and the Hedera. Hedera is the common ivy. Fatsia is those large palmate leaves that you'll see used in abundance in floral design. It's a nice, solid, quite glossy leaf, very strong and robust, and works really well in floral design. And what I'm going to do is place them at the bottom of my arrangement on the edge of my floral foam, and this is going to give us almost like an edge or a frill. It's a little bit of base weight. It helps if I work with the arrangement facing me. It gives a little bit of base weight and helps to create that seamless edge between where your container starts and where the floral design starts. Now they're quite big leaves and I was a bit undecided whether they were going to be too big for the floral design, but because my chrysanthemum blooms are so large, I think they're going to work really well. So start by creating some height, and if you've got enough foliage, create an outline. It doesn't matter if it's different foliage like mine or the same foliage. Just try and create an edge or a frill to create some width to balance off your height. I've angled them slightly downwards so that they are covering a little bit of that white base. Anything that is woody stemmed or semi-woody stemmed needs to be cut at an angle. When we come to use the gerbera, we're going to cut them straight across. But I'm looking to see what the shapes are like. This one is a bit taller and a bit stronger, stronger looking. It's a little bit more dominant. So I'm going to use this one more towards the center, and you'll see that in the foam, I'm right at the back of the foam. I'm not coming forward. I'm starting at the back of the foam so that there's plenty of room for me to add my remaining flowers. I've gone in approximately 1 inch into the foam. That's going to make it stable and prevent it tipping forward or backwards. I've placed it far enough back in the foam to give me plenty of room at the front to arrange, but not too far back. that the stem of the flower pokes out through the back of the foam, or it damages the back section and then the whole arrangement falls apart. So you need to have a good finger length here at the back for stability and to prevent the design falling apart. Now my second Antirrhinum or Snapdragon has a slight curve. So whichever way we look at it, there's a little bit of a bend in the stem. So this one is going to work really nicely just off to what is my left when I'm working on it. And what that's going to do is it's like an arrow that's pointing, the tip of this is pointing slightly over this way, and it's directing you towards this flower here. And then your eye travels down the stem because the line material does exactly what it suggests. It points your eye in a direction. They're like arrows. So we're going to follow the line up and back down on the opposite side. And that's going to help identify your height. Now I'm not going to go any taller than my pointed flowers. I'm now going to use my white chrysanthemum blooms, almost like a staggered line down through the front of the arrangement. So let's take a look at the 3 chrysanths. And I'm going to keep the biggest one for the focal point, which is more towards the bottom. The focal point isn't at the top, it's 2/3 of the way down towards the base. This one, I think, is my smaller flower, so this is going to be the taller one. Just going to remove some of the greenery. Now again, if you want to remove all of the greenery, that's up to you. I like to keep a little bit, because without it I feel the flower looks a bit naked. I much prefer it when there's some greenery on the stem. So a little tip, I nearly cut it, but a little tip for you beginners. If you want to place your flower upside down on the foam and roughly estimate where you want it to go, add an inch on so that you can place the stem into the foam. That's roughly where you need to cut it. I know that from watching lots of beginners, they get very nervous about where to cut it, and it's always better to cut it too long and then cut it again than to cut it too short the first time and realise that you've cut it too short. So I'm just going to place this in where I was planning on putting it, and then I'm going to turn it around to show you. So where I've got it now is roughly where I was anticipating it was going to go, but it's blocking quite a lot of the Snapdragon on that side there. So I'm going to take it slightly lower so that it's underneath where that flower head sort of starts to form. So we're not hiding too much. And I am slightly off centre, so I still haven't used the right side of my floral foam. I'm more to the left. But remember, I still have rose and gerbera and those little chrysanthemums to use. I don't think I'm going to use all of that little chrysanthemum. So my next placement with the chrysanthemum bloom is almost going to be in this gap here. And I'm almost creating what we call a focal line. It's when your eye moves backwards and forwards, almost like a bouncing ball that falls down a set of steps. And it encourages your eye to move downwards towards the focal point. I think we're going to go a bit shorter. And now I'm coming into the right side of my foam. I'm still about halfway back in the foam. I haven't come too far forward. Don't rush to come forward in your foam, because then you take up all the room in the foam and you won't have any room for your other flowers. So I'm still at the back section of my foam. And then my final chrysanthemum is going to come more in this area here towards the front. And what I'm looking to do is to have a fairly similar distance between my 3 chrysanths. And what I'm going to do with this one is slightly lean it forward so that we start to create some depth and some forward movement. Now what I don't want to do is push that in too far into the foam that we have that dip underneath. If you think of a pot-bellied man, round like this, we don't want to dip in here where the waistband of his trousers would be. That probably wasn't a good vision for you, but that's what we want to avoid. So I have 3 chrysanthemums, fairly equally spaced out, down on a centre line, so your eye travels backwards down to what will be the focal point in this area here. If you only had 3 flowers and 2 spike flowers, then you could finish this design quite easily here by just using some of the foliage to fill in and make sure your floral foam is covered. But I've got a few more varieties to go. And next I'm going to use that amazing orange rose. This is so pretty. Now again, I'm going to take off a lot of the greenery, just leaving the top one. The petals on this rose are fairly good quality. This one has a little bit of bruising, so we'll remove that one, but the rest of them are fairly good quality. And you have to use your own judgment as to whether or not you're going to remove the outer petals. Sometimes I feel personally it spoils the look of the rose, but if they're damaged, there's bruising or rips and tears on them, then obviously discard them. And then what I'm going to do with this lovely tall rose is place it up fairly high in the arrangement so that a bit of the orange is at the top of the arrangement, and I can tuck it quite nicely in this section here. So you only need to place your stem about 1 inch into the floral foam. You don't have to force it all the way down to the bottom. I see so many videos, so many tutorials where the stems are forcibly being pushed into the bottom of the foam. As long as your foam is fully hydrated, the rose, any flowers at the top here will have access to the water. It's when you let your foam dry out, does it prevent the flowers from drinking water. Okay, so rose number 2. Okay, so rose number 2 is going to come a little further down. I've started with the smaller flowers at the top. If you're wondering why I haven't put the gerbera in there, the gerbera is a big flower, it's a weighty looking flower, and they need to come down more towards the focal point. So this rose does have foliage that's a bit scruffy, so I'm going to take that off. Petals are really nice. This one is going to fit in here on the side. So that lovely orange colour is stepping from the top downwards towards the base. Right at the very beginning, I was unsure of where I was going to put my 3rd piece of eucalyptus, and I had considered whether I was going to use it to cover the foam at the bottom, but I'm thinking it's probably going to end up on this side here. But we're going to keep going a little longer before I decide. I don't want to overfill the foam too soon because it makes it difficult then for me to insert the flowers into the base. So, aren't they gorgeous? I love these. So now I've got to find a little place for these, and my thoughts are just alongside the white roses to the one side. Now, if you've not arranged with gerbera before, it is a soft stem flower, and it's much easier to insert it into the foam if you cut it straight across. Soft stem flowers and hollow stem flowers are much better inserted into the foam with that straight stem rather than anything cut at an angle, because you're compromising the stem structure at the bottom and it doesn't go into the foam quite so well. So I'm going to add in my final one in this section here so that that lovely orange colour is fairly evenly balanced from top to bottom. This one is going to come more towards the front so you can really clearly see the colour and the texture of that flower, and I think that's working really well. So if we look at it from the side, it's not flat, we've got a profile. Once I've added some greenery at the bottom, I'll add some extra weight to the back, and now I can go with my little chrysanthemums just to fill in the centre and bring in this beautiful colour. Now I'm going to remove the bottom few petals. I'm thinking that I can use these down at the base. But this one, it's the smallest of the head, is going to fit here in the centre. You might notice when I'm filming there's a few of the chrysanthemum bloom petals are starting to fall, and I think that can be one of the downfalls of supermarket flowers, is that sometimes they're a little bit manhandled in the store and they can become a little damaged. So that's where we're up to. This would suit quite a narrow area. It would sit really nicely on a windowsill. You could use it on either side of the altar. And if you're a florist training to work in the industry, then this type of design that's quite narrow and tall works really well on a reception desk in a doctor's surgery or a hairdresser's. And it's what we would refer to as a vertical design. So I'm going to remove off the bottom section of the chrysanthemum. I want to keep these almost as filler flowers for the bottom. And then when I've got a nice size head, I'm going to work it down here towards the bottom. So we have a nice linking colour. I think it's going to work in this area here. And one thing I always note when I'm editing the videos is that sometimes from the camera view, it almost looks like the design is completed. And sometimes I think, Sharon, why are you adding more flowers? But I know when I'm close to the arrangement, I can clearly see gaps and areas that need covering. So don't think if you're watching from a distance, you're putting way too many flowers in, because when you're looking at it from here, I can see gaps, I can see stems, I can see the floral foam. From the distance, it looks completely different. So that's my final chrysanthemum from the mixed bunch. I've got these little small pieces left, and that piece of greenery that I didn't use at the beginning. There's now an obvious gap here at the back. I was initially thinking that this might turn out to be more of an asymmetric design, a little bit more of an L shape, but it's more of a vertical line where the design is facing upwards. I'm just going to push that rose in slightly to make it a bit more narrow. And then I'm going to add the shorter pieces that came off the bottom of the stem down towards the base, just really to give a little bit of extra coverage on the foam and not to waste them. So we're going to add these down towards the bottom on either side, and then I think my design is nearly finished. Do need to add in a few little leaves around the base because the floral foam is quite visible. But other than that, I think it's pretty much done. And I think this is a really cheerful arrangement. And the point of these videos for you beginners is to show you that you can have a go with anything that you can buy in the supermarket. This bunch here was $9.99. So I don't think it's a huge amount of money to spend on a bunch of flowers. And if you don't want to arrange them in a vase, then you can experiment at home with a container and a piece of foam. And if it doesn't look exactly like mine, then that's not the end of the world. As long as you've enjoyed it and had a really good time, that's what's important. Now, if we look at the back of the foam here, there's enough space for me to keep this container topped up with water. What I am going to do here is put another one of my smaller leaves in at the back, and that will help cover the foam so that it doesn't dehydrate. And then a few of the smaller leaves I'm going to work in more towards the centre to make sure that when I'm looking at the design from the front, the foam is completely covered. And I'm thinking just two, one on either side is going to be ample. And then I think I'm quite happy with my finished design. So what do we think of the finished arrangement? Is that something you would have a little go at home? This is quite a versatile design to do. And don't forget, if you can't find exactly the same flowers as I have, look for inspiration. You could even create this with the same bunch of flowers. It could be all roses or all carnations. That's going to work just as well. I was thinking that because the snapdragons and the eucalyptus had a little bit of a curve to it, the design was going to become more asymmetrical. And I was thinking that the contorted hazel was going to emphasize the outline shape. But I don't think I need it because it's ended up as a more vertical arrangement than I imagined. If you like the arrangement, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment in the box below. And it would be really helpful if you subscribe to the channel so other people can find us. And you can stay to the end of the video because there's close-ups of the finished design. And as normal, I look forward to seeing you for the next video very soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.